All right. Good morning, Rachel. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about the movie. First question is the possibility of total lunacy was what appealed to you about doing the project? I was working with David again. I wonder if the combination of things. So if you could talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, David, he's a musical guy, so he sold it to me really well. And, just the opportunity to play such a character in such a rich, colorful world, who was so musical. I hadn't done that before. And then the opportunity to work with Will. We had been in the same film many years ago, but never actually in the same scene. So I hadn't even met him. And then, just to get to just be alongside him in a film was, and then to actually get to say words and do scenes was also really great. But there were many, many, many draws.
Well, obviously there's the appeal, but then you sort of have to get through those scenes without breaking. And I want to ask you one in particular. There's one where the characters sort of discuss crossing the lines and your character gets rejected in a very particular way. So how is shooting that scene? Was that scripted, or because it's hilarious the way that he sort of, and then he goes a little bit further than that.
Was that the one where was that the one where he puts his hand on my face, or?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I imagine you've never been rejected on screen like that before. So good.
That was new and fresh. He felt so bad about doing that, Will. I mean, he's the sweetest man. He was like, is this kind of violent? And I was like, no, I actually think the more you do it, the better it is. Just give me a good face push, and I think it worked in the end. But they're that kind of couple, they're very unorthodox, and they're a little kooky. So I thought it worked, but
no, it does.
It never happened, and hopefully never happens in real life. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: one of the things I found endearing about her is the elves. Are you superstitious in real life, or anything in that realm that you share? I'm not asking if you talk to elves, but just
and I'm not saying that I talk to elves.
But are you superstitious in general, or not at all?
I probably just slightly, in the way that I think most people are, where I won't put a hat on the bed, or I knock on wood if I say, oh, I've never broken a bone. I should knock on wood about that. So I think just in the small ways. I have a friend who's very superstitious, and she has put some things into my head, like you shouldn't pass knives, and you shouldn't give people timepieces or shoes. All these sorts of things. If you do, they have to give you $1, so it's not actually a gift. And
wow,
it goes on and on, doesn't it? You could make yourself crazy. I used to be a little bit OCD when I was a kid. I used to have to count things. I was a little bit squirrely, but I've thankfully grown out of that.
So listen to my pitch. Given now that you, even though it's in a movie, you've done your Eurovision, you faced a musical challenge of performing live. Do you think you would ever, a one night only Regina musical version of Mean Girls, now that you've gotten, your belting out on a stage out of the way, or is that not happening at all? You're not buying my pitch?
Oh, I don't know. The safety of the camera and the editing room and all of that is just so appealing. I think there are people better suited to that than me, like the cast of the Mean Girls musical. So probably not. Although Will and I did sort of flirt with the idea, before COVID and everything happened, that, we would maybe go to Eurovision and do some kind of performance, but missed the boat on that one.
Next time. All right. So my time's up. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about the movie. Stay safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You as well. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.